you get my message?
About the secret theme this week? I did.
Okay, good.
Guys, I'm so excited about our being a super secret spy all week this week.
Shh.
So, boss, what are we doing this week?
Today, if our challengers choose to accept, there's going to be an impossible mission for our tribal melee teams, and we'll see if they make it through.
Nice. And then, maybe after that, if we sneak into the craft shed, we could be a part of making like our very own eye spy jars.
Oh!
Ooh, nice. And after we do campfire songs, we are gonna learn in chapel about 2 spies and a woman who helps them escape from a fortress.
But before we go, we have to pick our prize for our Camp4U crew member.
Do we need the prize wheel?
No prize wheel. We have this super secret envelope that
Super secret.
only super secret agents can read. All right,
Good
Charlie,
thing
what
we
does it
are
say?
Sunglasses and a flashlight.
Oh. So make sure to check out this week. We're gonna pick the winner on Friday.
Awesome.
We better split.
Let's go.
Tribal Melee.
All right, we are here for Tribal Melee, and today we are going to be playing Mission Impossible.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, navigate the security laser grid, acquire all 4 secret keys, and unlock the challenge box. Complete the challenges within, and you've completed the mission.
3, 2, 1, start.
And Green Team is off to a strong start, navigating the security laser grid. 1 key has already been acquired. The next acquired, that's 2 out of 4. Another key acquired. There's still 1 more key to be found. And Jordan acquires the final key. Now the puzzle box is open, and the challenge begins. They're off to a good start, but let's see how long it takes them. With the first puzzle completed, it's now time to move on to the word scramble. This time the theme is birthday. Mission complete.
Are you guys ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go!
The caffeinated campy cowbells are off, navigating the secret maze. It looks like they left the first key behind. Hopefully Rachel will take it. And it looks like she forgets about it. That's not a good start for the orange team. Let's see if they can figure it out. And they've realized it. Josh forgot his as well and go back to get it. Tanya is on the 4th key. They have now acquired all the keys and may open the puzzle box to complete the challenge. It's a tight fit for everyone. The final key is on its way to the puzzle box. And it's open. They're making good time, but they could lose it all right now if the challenge takes too long. And they finished the first puzzle. Now for the word scramble. This has taken a lot out of the last team. Let's see if they can survive. Mission complete.
On your marks.
Now it is
Get
time for Up the
set,
Creek Without a Paddle.
Go.
They begin the security maze,
Right away.
definitely avoiding any lasers in their path. Chrissy points out the first key, and Charlie retrieves it. The second key is acquired by Tori. Christy grabs the next key. There's only one left to acquire. Ryan goes for it. He's the only one that can reach. He's struggling. He just takes the whole thing. Now, the puzzle box is almost open. There it is. They're making good time, but will they trip up on the puzzles? Let's find out. That's the first puzzle complete. Now for the word scramble. Mission complete in record time.
Well, that was almost impossible. It took forever, but we made it through.
Who thought the word puzzle was going to be the impossible
I know.
part of
It
this
was like
course?
the frosting on the cake. Right? Anyways, we made it through and our teams need a break, so we're gonna head to the fort and check out the scores.
Guys, we're here at the fort, updating Tribal Melee.
Yes.
That was wild.
Yes.
That was so fun.
Oh, man.
Who would have thought those puzzles were going to be so hard?
I didn't.
I did not anticipate
Like,
that at all.
Time passed weird. I was like, oh, we're like 3 minutes. What?
Yeah,
7?
no. And
Yeah,
frosting.
I was like, oh.
Frosting was the word.
That was
Oh.
almost the last one. I think we might have had a different last one.
Anywho, here
so
we are.
hard.
Let's
It's so
update
good.
it. All right, we'll start with
Up the creek without a paddle.
Charlie's jumping right in. Make it nice, easy math. 1,000 points, first place for them.
Oh, nice, nice.
5,843. All right, then we're going to the caffeinated cowboys. We're
We're doing board order.
Okay.
all right, which they finished in third. I didn't think that was gonna happen either.
I did not. I thought we had it.
So 5,830. Oh!
What?
A new lead!
Oh man.
Oh no!
And okay, let's not forget about the bearded ladies, guys.
Right, here we are.
750. Where are we at? Oh, we're still in the fours.
4,000.
829.
29.
Hey, look at that.
Whoa!
Thousand. Oh, just over 1,000 points
Yeah,
spread.
just
Hey.
nice. It's coming
Bearded
together.
ladies, we can make it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little overtook, a
Oh,
little shook.
guys, we're getting there. We're almost halfway. Not quite. We
Yeah.
got
Week.
lots
so
of tribal
much
melee.
to go. Yeah.
We still have another one for this week.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure to tune in.
Craft time.
All right, welcome to Craft Time. I am here with, I'm Christy,
And I'm Miranda.
and we're so excited that you guys are joining us today. We are making I Spy containers. So as you see, there are 3 different containers. We have like a bag that seals at the top. We just have like a food container that's reusable, and then we have a jar. So you can use a jar out of the recycling bin. That's clean, that's important. And your food container, you probably will just use it for a short while unless it's like got a crack or something and your mom or dad or guardian has said that it's okay for you to use. So, ladies, which one would you like to work with today?
I would like this one.
So I can use this one and I will use the bag. So today we're using for our fillers in our I Spy containers is some dried beans and some dried rice. It's important that they are dry. You'll make a mess otherwise.
A little sticky.
And so we have like rice and beans just to show that there are lots of different things that you can fill your container with. You can use popcorn kernels or rocks or other things as well. And then in front of us, as you see, we have lots of fun items that we are going to put into our bags that we are going to spy later on. So I have this little army dude that I found. We have buttons, we have bells, we have other random things like thumbtacks, which I will not put because it'll poke my bag. But maybe Miranda or Christy want to use them. I have little clay pieces, puzzle pieces that don't have a puzzle anymore. Don't use ones from a puzzle. Pom-poms, beads, etc. So we are just gonna get into it. We're gonna open our containers up. I'm gonna put some filler into them. Would you like to use the beans, Kristen?
Sure.
Yeah, so you wanna be careful not to like spill everywhere, adding some pressure to Christy. Or you can do like Miranda and has just dipped her container in.
We're just putting in a little bit to start.
Yeah, a little bit to start, and then we'll start putting our fun pieces in. We're not going to write down what we're putting into our containers today. You can start picking stuff. But if you wanted to write down what you have in your bags, then you can play it by yourself when you've forgotten what you put in. Or you can play it with a friend. So if I like took, 4 yellow pom-poms and I put them in my container, I could then give Christy my bag and ask her to find 4 yellow pom-poms. And then maybe I'll add some other colored pom-poms in to confuse her.
Making it tricky.
Because if I just asked Christy to find 4 pom-poms, she wouldn't have to find all the yellow ones. Yeah, and so this is the nice part about this is it's really easy to do at home. You can just grab anything that's kind of small, fits into your container.
Do you want some pearls?
And then you can create your own I Spy kit at home. I just call it a kit. That's fun. Okay, so once you have put the desired amount of items into your I Spy bag or container, you're going to take them and you're not going to fill them all the way full, but you definitely want to like cover everything and have a nice amount so that you can I'll just use, we'll fill them and then we'll show you what we need. Yeah, and then we can close them up. And I actually probably could have picked a smaller bag. Or I could just tape it smaller if I wanted it smaller. And then I can shake them around. And then you can play where you can turn your jar or container to find the things, or maybe you're just going to play I Spy with what you can already see in the container. Like I could say, I spy with my little eye 4 yellow pom-poms.
Oh. I spy 3 puzzle pieces in yours.
I see your army man right in the middle.
Oh,
His backpack.
I almost couldn't find that 3rd puzzle piece, but now I see it. But yeah,
I just want to find the teeny tiny button I put in there, but I'm having
So teeny
difficulty.
tiny. Do you remember what color? I think
it was
see
green.
I see it.
You do?
Yeah.
There, found it. There we go.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for some get down, get funky, get loose.
Hey guys, we're gonna get down, get funky, and get loose. Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right, so we're gonna start with 10 bunny hops. You're gonna put your arms like this, and we're gonna do 10 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, now let's do 10 arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice. Now we're gonna do 10 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're gonna do mountain climbers for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now we're gonna do some toe touches. So arms way up in the sky, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now we're gonna end off with a dance party. If you guys know the Macarena, that's what we're gonna be following today.
So you can definitely add rules to your games of like if you're able to move it around, or if you just like plop it down and you can't touch it. So definitely have lots of fun playing, whether it's like by yourself or with someone else in your home. And we want to see also how your guys' I Spy kits, I'm just gonna call them that, I Spy kits. See how they go, and I hope you spy a lot of things. Nice.
Campfire sing-along.
Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to Campfire. Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right, so we're gonna sing a song called Bazooka Bubblegum, and it's not a repeat after me song. You just kind of follow along with me.
Excellent.
All right, so it goes like this. My mama, she gave me a penny to go buy some pennies, but I don't want no Denny's. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a pickle to go buy a pickle. I don't want no pickle. I want no bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a dime to go buy a lime, but I don't want no lime. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a quarter to buy a transformer. I don't want no transformer. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me $1 to go buy a collar, but I don't want no collar. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a toonie to go buy 2 loonies. No. I don't want the 2 loonies. No. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a MasterCard to go buy a MasterCard. I don't want a MasterCard. No. I want bubblegum. Bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. My mama, she gave me a check and said, what the heck? Go buy some bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum. Bazooka, bazooka, bubblegum.
Yeah!
All right.
Well,
you guys ready for another one? Oh yeah.
that's enough bubblegum. Now we're going to sing about you guys' favorite moose.
Nice.
Yes. This is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
There was a moose.
There was a moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
There was a moose.
There was a moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
The moose's name was Fred.
His name was Fred.
He drank his juice in bed.
I drank his juice in bed.
The moose's name was Fred.
His name was Fred.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
Singing whale, whale.
Singing whale, whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Drank his juice with care.
He drank his juice with care.
But he spilled it everywhere.
But he spilled it everywhere.
He drank his juice with care.
He drank his juice with care.
But he spilled it everywhere.
But he spilled it everywhere.
Singing whale, whale.
Singing whale, whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Whale, 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 whale.
Now he's a sticky moose.
He's a sticky moose.
'Cause he spilled all of his juice.
'Cause he spilled all of his juice.
Now he's a sticky moose.
He's a sticky moose.
'Cause he spilled all of his juice.
'Cause he spilled all of his juice.
Now he's a sticky moose full of juice on the...
Oh yeah.
Now he's a sticky moose on the news on the... Woo!
Good job, you guys. That's enough of sticky mooses and bubble gum. We're gonna go to chapel.
Chapel.
Have you guys, I know you probably haven't, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Have you ever peeked at what you've gotten for Christmas before Christmas morning? I know you're not supposed to, but there was one year that my brother and I, we did show each other what we had gotten for Christmas. But they were already wrapped and under the tree, so we had to be super sneaky. We had to like sneak them up into his room, and we unwrapped them and just peeked a little bit, and then we wrapped them nicely back up and put them under the tree, which, you know, it kind of takes away the surprise part of Christmas morning. However, I was still so happy on Christmas morning to rip open that paper, to open the box and take the Barbie out and play with it. That's right, he got me a skateboarding Barbie that Christmas. However, what if that wasn't the case? What if I had peeked at it and I knew that he'd gotten me the skateboarding Barbie, but Christmas morning he said, "You are gonna have to wrestle our older sister for your present." I probably would have been like, I can't fight her. She's bigger than me. She's stronger than me. And what if he was like, no, don't worry. I'll fight with you so that you can get your gift. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, brother. She's just too big and strong for us to fight, even together. You'll have to take the gift back. Now that does seem like a silly story. And you know, it was my gift. Like, why would I tell him that he couldn't give it to me? However, even though it is kind of a silly story, there is a similar story. So the Hebrew people that we talked about when we talked about Moses on Friday, we're gonna call them a different name. Still the same people, but we're gonna call them the Israelites this week. So if I go back and forth, you know we're talking about the same people. God had gotten them out of Egypt, and they're in the desert now for many years. And then God was like, here is this land that I'm going to give you. It is a gift for you. But the Israelite people saw that there were already people living there, people who were big and strong and mean and tough looking, and they didn't trust that God had built them for a purpose and that the land was theirs to have. And so they didn't take the gift, and they kept living in the desert for another 40 years. Like, what? That is a long time. And it took them 40 years to be ready to go into the new land that God had promised them. 40 years is a long time to get ready. I think like 40 minutes is a long time, but 40 years, And so now they have been reminded that God has built them for a purpose. And part of that purpose is to go into this new land and to be a nation that shows other nations who God is. So now this is where our story starts today. The Israelites have already fought a few people and have gotten new land, because way back then, if people were already living in the land, you were going to have to fight them. So they've gone to a couple different cities and they have taken the cities as theirs. But now they're going to Jericho. And you're like, well, I've heard of Jericho, or maybe you haven't heard about Jericho. Jericho is a walled city. It is a big fortress. And if you've ever been to camp, you might recognize that I'm sitting at the fort today for chapel. And if you've been to the fort, you've seen that these log walls are like 3 times the size of you and me. And that was the purpose of Jericho, of having big walls around the whole city, is because unless you have stairs or a ladder, you can't actually climb up into the fort. At least I couldn't. I know people might try, but it'd be really hard to do. And Jericho also had a big gate that they would open in the morning so that people could come in and trade and do business, and they would close it at night to keep people out who weren't supposed to be out, and they could close it if anyone was trying to come and take the city. That was why they built it that way. Well, now, how are the Israelites going to take a city that is designed so that people would not take it? Remember that today in our story that the Israelite people are trusting God, that they're trusting He had a purpose and that He was going to help them. So Moses was leading the Israelites at the end of our story last week. But now it's been 40 years and Joshua is now the leader of the Israelites. And he was also a very smart man. He pulled 2 of his sneakiest spies over and he gave them a mission. He said that their mission was to go and check out the city of Jericho, find out all they could about it, and to come back and tell him what they saw. So off they went into the city of Jericho. Now, while they were in Jericho, they were going to need to be on their sneakiest behavior so that their mission wouldn't be blown. And some important rules to being sneaky is that you should go where people aren't going to look for you. You should go where there are lots of people so it's easier to blend in and not be seen. And thirdly, you should have an escape plan in case things go wrong. So our spy friends, as they are looking and scouting out Jericho, they end up hiding in a house that belonged to a woman named Rahab. She lived in a busy part of the city where there were always people going in and out and around, and her house was on the outer wall of the city because they were hoping to make an escape route out of it. And while they were there, the king of Jericho had heard that there were spies in the city and had sent guards to look for them. They came to Rahab's house because they had heard while they were looking that people had seen them go to her house. However, when they got there, Rahab had already hidden the spies on the roof of her house in a spot where they wouldn't look. She also told the guards that, yeah, the spies had come to my house, but they've left and they went out the city gate long time ago, and it's getting dark and the gate was going to close soon. So if they wanted to get the spies, they're going to have to leave right away to go find them. It's pretty smart of her. And so the guards went running off out of the city gate into the hills looking for the spies. Now, why would Rahab help our spy friends like this? She wasn't an Israelite. She wasn't even very well liked in the city of Jericho, and she was a slave. But God can use anyone because we all have a purpose. Rahab had heard the stories about how God, the God of the Israelites, as she would have known him as, had freed his people from slavery in Egypt and how he brought them through the bottom of the Red Sea and was leading them into the land and helping them defeat other cities and armies. The people in the city of Jericho, they kept talking about these stories, and the more they talked about what God was doing for the Israelite people, the more scared they became. It was different for Rahab, though. The more she heard these stories about God, the more that she was hopeful that he would maybe also be able to give her a new life. Rahab shared this with the spies about how the people of Jericho were scared, and she also surprised them with how she believed that God is the God of the heavens and the earth, and that he was going to give Jericho to the Israelites. She asked the spies that when the Israelites came back to take the city, that the spies would remember how she had been kind to them by hiding them and protecting them from the guards, and that in return, her and her family would be kept safe. They did promise that if she continued to help them escape, they would make sure that her family would be safe when they came back. All she needed to do was take a piece of red rope that they'd given her and hang it out her window and tie it there so that it would stay there, and that they would know it was her house when they came back. So she did help them escape by letting them out the window. Yeah, they got a long rope and she lowered them down, and she also told them to go to the hills where the guards had already looked and to hide there for 3 days before going back on the road that would take them to where the Israelites were camped out. And that is where we're going to end our story today. You're going to probably have a lot of questions like, are the spies going to make it back to the Israelites? What happens to Rahab and her family? Will the Israelites actually take Jericho? And we are going to be talking about that on Friday's chapel. So you don't want to miss out on what is going to happen next. Before we go today, though, we're going to practice our memory verse from last week. I want to see how good you're getting with all this practice. So we're going with 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old is gone, the new is here. That was a great job practicing, and I cannot wait to watch you send your videos in of your memory verse on the Faith Spark app. And you can also ask us your questions from today's chapel on the Faith Spark app as well. I'll see you guys later.
Guys, that was a great way to start our spy week at Camp4U.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got lots of challenges for you guys this week, but first, we want to see you guys doing your memory verses at home. Send them in so that Tanya and Charlie can see all of the fun stuff, and me, everybody here, that what you are learning in chapels.
And that's better than any secret code you could ever learn.
True.
Exactly. And challenges, if you choose to accept them, will be for you to send in photos and videos of your I Spy jars and you playing with them.
Nice.
And from today's Tribal Melee, we want you guys to set up a laser tag, or not a laser course in your house and show us a video of you guys going through. If you can make it
in your laser
you
course.
could play tag. I guess that is kind of like
laser tag. Yeah.
And if you have any puzzles or codes that you want to put at the end of your course, just like us, we want to see it all of you guys having fun going through your laser courses.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So we will see you on Wednesday for our next mission, should you choose to accept it.
We out.